most terrifying part of this story isn't that someone was hiding in the woods. It's that, for years afterward, I couldn't stop asking myself one question. What would have happened if I had trusted that voice for just 30 more seconds? I was 9 years old when this happened. At that age, adults spend a lot of time telling you the world is dangerous. Don't talk to strangers. Don't wander too far. Don't trust people you don't know. But when you're a kid, danger has a face. You think monsters look like monsters. You think bad people look suspicious. You think you'll somehow know. The truth is, sometimes danger sounds familiar. For most of my childhood, my grandparents owned an old cabin deep in the forests of northern Montana. It sat at the end of a dirt road, surrounded by miles of pine trees. No nearby houses, no passing traffic, no reliable phone signal. To me, it wasn't isolated. It was paradise. Every summer felt endless there. My cousin Ethan and I spent entire days outside inventing games because there wasn't much else to do. We built forts, made treasure maps, pretended to survive in the wilderness. Those are some of the best memories of my childhood, which is exactly why this one memory feels so wrong. It happened after a day of non-stop rain. By late afternoon, the storm finally moved on. The woods looked different afterward. The scent of wet pine filled the air. Mist drifted between the trees. Everything was quiet. Too quiet. Ethan burst onto the porch, carrying the old silver camping whistle we always used during our games. "I've got a better idea," he said with a grin. "Trail hunters." The loser had to wash all the dinner dishes. I rolled my eyes and agreed. The rules were simple. One person would head into the woods, leaving clues behind. Broken branches, stacks of rocks, footprints. The other person would follow the trail and find them. Before Ethan left, he turned back toward me. "If you hear 2 whistle blasts," he said, "that means start looking." Then he disappeared between the trees. I watched until I couldn't see him anymore. 10 minutes passed, then 15. I sat on the porch steps, kicking at the damp wood beneath my boots. No whistle. 20 minutes. Still nothing. I remember trying to convince myself it was part of the game. Ethan loved making things difficult. But then something happened that I still can't explain. The woods felt wrong. The kind of silence that presses against your ears. No birds, no wind, no movement. Stepped outside carrying his hunting rifle. I barely managed to choke out a few words before another figure stumbled across the yard from the opposite side of the property. Ethan. He was covered in mud. His face was streaked with tears. He looked more terrified than I'd ever seen another person look. My grandfather grabbed his shoulders. "Ethan, what happened?" Ethan stared at me. Then he said something that made the entire world seem to stop. "That wasn't you." I looked at him. "What?" His voice shook. "I heard you calling my name." He struggled to breathe. "It sounded exactly like you." He started crying harder. "I thought you were lost, but every time I followed your voice, it moved farther away." Nobody spoke. Even my grandfather went silent. The police searched the woods until long after sunset. They found Ethan's footprints. They found the adult footprints, and they recovered the silver whistle in the mud nearly half a mile from where Ethan said he'd dropped it. But they never found the man. No vehicle, no campsite, no evidence explaining how he got there or where he went. Eventually, my grandparents sold the cabin. Years passed. Life moved on, at least on the surface. But there are nights when I wake up thinking about that afternoon, about those footprints hidden behind my cousins, about the stranger standing silently among the trees, and about the voice Ethan followed deeper into the forest. Because if there's one thing this experience taught me, it's that evil doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes, it sounds exactly like someone you love. And if either of us had trusted it for just a little longer, neither of us might have made it home.